Good morning, Year 3. Mr. Grocott here with some more maths for you. Today we're looking at something a bit different. We're looking at parallel and perpendicular lines. Now, don't worry about both of them to start with. We're going to focus first on the parallel, okay? So parallel means two lines that will never meet, okay? So imagine a road going down and two pavements on the side. No matter where that road goes, those two pavements will never meet. So, for example, here I've got two lines. As you can see, it's got 1, 2, 3 squares across, all the way down the line. Which means these lines are parallel to each other. Because even if I carried on the line, if I carried that line going up there and up there, those lines would always stay 3 squares apart. They would never touch each other. Okay? Whereas with this one, these two lines, they aren't touching at the moment, but if I carried the line on, as you can see, they touch. So that means these are not parallel lines because they would end up touching if they were to carry on. Okay? So have a little think about these two sets of lines. Are either of these parallel? Well, as you will notice, as you can see, if I were to carry this line on, and carry that one on that way, those lines would never meet. And if I carried it on this way, the lines never meet. So I would mark those off as, okay, so you might see them marked with these arrows. And if you see these on two sets of lines, it means usually that they're parallel. Okay? And the same with this one. Even though it bends around, this one also bends around and maintains that same distance between it. So this is also parallel because it maintains an equal distance and it's never going to touch. Okay? So, with that in mind, see if you can tell me which of these lines are parallel. And welcome back if you pause. So, A, well, if I carried on A, at the moment they're not touching. If they carried on that way, they'd never touch. But this way, oh dear. So no, these are not parallel. B maintains an equal distance from each other, and they're both going horizontal. So their height's never changing. So yes, they are parallel. C is a bit wiggly, but it's always maintaining same distance from each other. So those lines will not touch. So no. Sorry. Yes, they are parallel. And then D, oh dear, if I carried D on, go straight through it. So no. D is not parallel. Well done if you got both of those correct. Now, as I said, we were also going to look at perpendicular lines, okay? So perpendicular lines. Now, as you can see on my screen, I have got a right angle. Okay, so hopefully you all recognize that as a right angle. Now, what a perpendicular line is two lines that meet to form a right angle. Okay? So at the moment, this would be one line. And imagine this is a second line. And those two lines have met to form a right angle, as you can see. So that is what a perpendicular line is. So a square is basically made up of perpendicular lines because they have 4 right angles. With that in mind, which of these lines are perpendicular? Which ones meet together to make a right angle? Have a little go. And welcome back if you paused. So, A. Let's get my pen. A, there we go. So A, I can make a right angle there. And I can also make a right angle there. So yes, A is perpendicular. So let's put that on there. Yes. B, well, B, I can't make a right angle. Okay? That's an obtuse angle, which is bigger than a right angle. So no, B is not perpendicular. C, well, the lines aren't touching, but if I carried the lines on, they do meet. Do they make a right angle? Yes, they do. So C is perpendicular. And D, well, it's not very straight compared to the lines, but can I make a right angle? Yes, I can. I can make 2 right angles. So yes, D is also perpendicular. And that's as easy as it's going to get today. Nice and simple, isn't it? Can you make a right angle? Yes, it's perpendicular. Will the lines ever meet? No, it's parallel. Today, silver is questions 1 to 5, and gold is questions 6 to 9. And platinum, as always, is on a separate sheet. Have fun, and if you do have any questions, please let me know. Bye.